Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Thursday, 18 December 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Uh, yesterday was a bad day for the Bulls. They've been constantly being beaten. For the third successive day, Nifty and the market by and large came down significantly, especially with the declines outnumbering advances 2 is to 1. We have seen in the recent past, whenever the market has gone up, the advances were not in 2 is to 1 ratio. They were probably 1.5 to 1. But when the declines are happening, they happen in a bigger proportion. Now, so there is doom and gloom everywhere. So nothing seems to be working for the bulls. Yet today, I am more bullish than I've been in the last 2, 3 weeks. The reason being, technically, the market seems to be oversold. So you will most likely see a sharp rally either today or tomorrow. I'm expecting more like tomorrow. Why am I saying tomorrow? That is the title of today's topic, which is Buy the Rumor, Sell the News. See, if you talk to anybody, if you go to spaces, if you see on TV or on any other social media, you will talk about the Bank of Japan meeting, which is scheduled between today and tomorrow, and the decision to raise interest rates will come tomorrow. Now, people feel that as soon as the decisions come, the markets will crash. So now contrast this with what happened in 2024 in August. In July, the yen was weakening like what is happening now. But somewhere around July 10th of 2024, the yen started strengthening. In fact, from 162 to the dollar, by the time the Bank of Japan meeting came, it had already come down to 152, which meant the people in the know knew that yen will strengthen further. So therefore, they had taken position accordingly. So on 31st, when the Bank of Japan raised interest rates, the yen strengthened significantly. So the first fortnight of August, there was mayhem in global markets, including Indian markets. You may want to go and check the charts and see between August 1st and August 17th, the markets fell significantly in India as well as globally. Now, today, the Bank of Japan's announcement has already come some time ago. Bank of Japan's board meeting announcement is there in the last 1 month. And what has happened to the yen? Yen was weakening. Yen had gone up as low as 162 or as high in the reverse. So from 162, last year from 162, it fell to 152 before the Bank of Japan meeting. That's about 10 yen. This time, at 158 was the peak. From 158, now it is trading at around 156, which means that people are shorting, thinking that yen will strengthen, like what happened in August 2024, and there will be mayhem in the markets. But the smart money is not doing that. The smart money knows that tomorrow's board meeting is most likely to be in favor of a rally in the equity markets rather than a fall, which most people are expecting. That is very important point to note, and that is the main reason for my bullishness. Then we have this thing about last 3 days, 4 days markets are not going anywhere, and the VIX which, is around below 10. Generally, when VIX comes below 10, India VIX, generally you will see a rally. Now, this doesn't mean we are going to start a new bull market. It is just that if you are doing trading on a daily basis or on a BTST or on a weekly basis, I would have, as a trader, I would prefer to take longs today rather than take any short position leading into the Japanese board meeting, which is scheduled. I think the announcement will come even before we start our trading tomorrow. The other thing was yesterday Trump was supposed to make an yesterday night there and early morning here 7:30. Trump was supposed to make a announcement and declare war on Venezuela. So the markets in the US came down yesterday anticipating such a thing. This morning at 7:30, he has made some announcements. As usual, he has boasted about how great a president he is, but he has not talked about anything to do with Venezuela. So that should give a relief. However, it may not come immediately. It is not that there will be a snapback rally and everything will be hunky dory today, or it could be. But the worst has been factored in. Worst was factored in yesterday, but because overhang is there of sellers and weak buyers. So the markets may continue to go down. Now, even now, as we speak, the Asian markets are all down, especially Japan. Again, Japan seems to be worried. The Japanese equity market seems to be worried, but the yen seems to be not worried. I will go along with the guys who are trading the yen rather than trading the Japanese market. Now, so today the Gift Nifty is talking of that you will see a drop of 30 points. I would like to carry forward positions in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and a few select stocks for the week, and I'm willing to take that chance. So there are another good things which people didn't might not have noticed is yesterday the rupee weakened to 91, but then RBI came day for yesterday it weakened to 91. In fact, yesterday I had made the mention of this that there are a lot of memes floating around that 91 is our international STD code. Now, yesterday RBI came in full pressure and they brought it down at one point of time below 90. So I think 91 will be now its ceiling for some time. Of course, it may still go below 91. Below means I'm saying it may become weaker than 91, which means in 93 and 94 also is a possibility. But right now, it looks like it's a temporary ceiling at 91. So rupee is steady. Trump has not done any mischief. The N is holding steady, and there is gloom and doom in the market. India VIX is lower. All this makes me feel that it is worth taking a chance today on the long side rather than on the short side. So what happened to the institutions? Institutions, FIIs and DIIs both seem to have bought yesterday. 1172 on FIIs and DIIs 769, 1941. I am not so enthused because I think there were a lot of block deals yesterday and FIIs and DIIs both must have bought. As I said, globally markets are down and commodity also. You see, one other thing is if Trump is putting a blockade, Brent oil should have gone up like anything, or even the WTI crude. But both of them have not really risen much. They've gone up about 1.5%. In fact, Brent is still at around 60 half. So I don't see any problem there as far as geopolitics is concerned. Gold is continuing to go up slowly and steadily. And my favorite silver, where we have the highest weightage, is jumped up about 4% yesterday. I think silver is very cheap at this level. There's a long way to go, but people are not convinced. But then 2026 will show whether I'm wrong or whether, the overall majority of retailers whom I call the talking, heads. Yesterday, for instance, I was listening to an interview by somebody from INA, a senior person. He is supposed to be very bullish on gold and silver. In that interview, he said, I am very bullish on gold and silver. I will not sell it. So his recommendation was that we should any portfolio should hold 10% in precious metals, mostly gold and less of silver, which means I would say 60-40. So which means in a portfolio of 100 rupees, he says hold 6 rupees in gold and 4 rupees in silver. Now, if you're so bullish on gold and silver, you should at least hold 20%. It's not that you should hold only 6. We hold 40%, 20% in gold and 20% silver. Because we strongly believe we put our money where our mouth is, and we are not giving any lecture here. Anyway, that is what it is. People come and talk bullish, but they don't do bullish. So that's as far as the global markets are concerned. And today, if you look at what are the stocks which may be in focus, TCS could be in focus on the positive side because in the analyst meet yesterday, the TCS management said that they have won 5,000 AI engagements and that is generating $1.5 billion in revenue this time, which is about 5% of the revenue, which augurs well for TCS. So therefore, activity in IT. In fact, it is there. But I am not so bullish on IT. I will sell on all rallies. So you will get rallies. I will be on the other side as far as IT is concerned because this AI engagements, 5% is not going to help if the other 95% is not doing well. But in the interim, for short term, it may do well. Then there KPI Green Energy, which has signed, the group has signed a $4 billion MOU with Botswana to develop a 5 gigawatt renewable and storage infra. Titagarh Railway, as usual, got one order, large order of 273. Antony Waste, a small company based in Chennai, has got an order for about 1330 crores. Then you have Cyient, which has acquired stake in kinetic technology. AstraZeneca has got permission from Central Drug Standards and Organization to import data potam powder, which is a new drug and it is used for fighting lung and breast cancer. So the other stocks are GMR Power. That also has got some. They are increasing their capital. HCL Tech. They have been chosen by ASN Netherlands to modernize the IT structure. NTPC commercial production operations of 38 megawatt solar project is starting in Kavda. Bajaj Electricals are entering into solar solutions, so that may be positive, and so on and so forth. The only negative probably is your Indian Overseas Bank, which today the retailers will be dumped with, which means mutual funds will buy that bank. I'm not bullish on in Indian Overseas Bank. Generally, we hold Canara Bank and Punjab National Bank. I feel it is not worthwhile to invest in stocks like Indian Overseas Bank, because as it is, the market is not very strong. But we have these bouts of up and down. And today, on an uptrend, I would definitely buy. Even IT I may want to buy. I'll buy Nifty, Bank Nifty, and a few other stocks like Reliance, L&T for a week's, if not a week, at least BTST. So I go today with positivity rather than negativity, which is pervading in the market. Whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.